Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for Up Next. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast app you use. And of course, postwrestling.com. Oh, and
Twitch.tv/upnextpodcast. Hello, Twitch room. We hope you can hear us.
yes, they couldn't hear us a second ago.
No.
We always make
We're
sure.
doing a redo.
Yeah, that's right. Twitch.tv/upnextpodcast. Every Tuesday night we watch NXT because we're your NXT friends. Doesn't matter. Black and gold, red, blue, green, all the colors.
Shall we get it out the way now? Pour one out, black and gold.
Pour one out for the black and gold brand.
Yeah.
I think as we know it. The yellow, black, their combo there, that could be all gone with the new paint splatter.
Yeah.
I swear I saw that on a show recently with the paint splatter everywhere. But no, it's paint. It's colors. It's fine. It's cool. Let's see where it goes. The arena could be different.
Yeah.
Everything could change next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, actually.
We got Wale. We got everything new.
Yes.
New NXT starting. And
a
Adam
wedding.
Cole left. New
What?
NXT. Oh, yeah, sorry.
What?
It's kind of a slow news week. I don't know.
What? Well, Adam Cole left?
He's back from the dead.
I did my usual trick. I saw the end of the Christian match and just went home. Did I miss anything?
You turned it off after the main.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into NXT, but you had quite a week.
I did.
I mean, you went on a trip.
I went to Chicago. I went to see All Out. And
You were all out?
I was all out. I almost wasn't all out at all. Had a very stressful time. So obviously you've got to have these COVID tests to travel. So had the COVID test like a day before and it was fine.
Yeah.
So got my my negative test to take to the airport. They say allow 3 hours because there's like a lot more shit to do. So I get there and I checked beforehand because obviously I've got a UK passport, but I'm a permanent resident of Canada. And I knew in the past when I've travelled, I've had to have something called an ESTA, which is a visa that allows people from the UK to go to the States. And I looked up, do I need one if I'm a permanent resident of Canada? And everything I was looking at was saying, no, you don't. Get to the desk to check in, and she goes, oh, you don't have this ESTA. You've got to apply for it. It's $14. I was like, oh, okay. Go to the side, apply for it, go back to the desk. I'm like, yeah, I've done it. She's like, oh, it's not come through yet.
Oh.
Have you got the email yet? And I'm like, no. Then I look and it says, could take up to 72 hours to get this visa. And my flight's in like
An hour.
2.5 hours
Oh.
at this point. So I tried calling them and see if I can can I pay more to get it just pushed
Rush.
through or anything? Like, no, sorry. So I want to cry. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? I then think, okay, maybe let's see if I can move my flight to later tonight or something like that, or tomorrow. I'll just come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, I've missed a day. Cheapest flight was like $1,200. So I was like, well, that's not happening. So I'm just waiting at the airport, just keep on refreshing my phone and stuff, and then ping, I get the email. I've got an hour before my flight, so I rush through, and then they delay my flight 50 minutes, and I think it's one of the first times where I'm like, yeah, I need that. I felt awful. Went to the bar, and I'm like, okay, I want a shot of tequila.
Yeah, of course.
I need something. And he's like, is Patron okay? And I'm like, no, don't you fucking do that to me. Give me the rail. Like, you never go, is Patron okay? Yeah, you go to a bar, just a shot of whiskey, please. Is Glenlivet 12 okay for you?
Yeah.
Like, no, just give me the fucking rail.
Airport.
I know what he's trying to do, charge me $20 for a shot at the airport bar.
I mean, it's probably $20 for the rail.
It probably was.
It
probably was.
Yeah.
But,
How was it to be in an airport again?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
It was good. Like, it actually felt pretty normal, and I think by now so used to the whole mask thing that, yeah, okay, I'm wearing a mask on a plane now.
Yeah.
It was only like a hour and 10, something like that.
Oh, okay, that's not
It was
bad.
really quick.
Sister city of Toronto, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you ate some deep dish pizza?
Had a lot of deep dish. Was disappointed with the first one.
Oh, okay.
Went to Lou Malnati's.
Didn't deliver?
Didn't deliver. And then Giordano's was very good.
Yeah, Giordano's was good.
We liked that. And then we tried to go to Pequod's.
The goat.
Yeah, but the wait was 2 hours to get in. So
No.
no, I missed out because I did like that last time we went.
Yeah. No, so you had a lot of fun?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll get more into all out thoughts maybe perhaps unlike tomorrow's show for BD Elite. But I mean, the landscape of wrestling's kind of
it's changed
quite a bit from one show.
Yes.
Obviously, you were there, and it seemed really loud. And
One of
fun.
the best crowds I've been in. Just they were into everything.
Yeah.
And there's no. John and Way said it on one of their shows. You don't hear about hijacking the show for any other company but WWE. Exactly. Like
do that.
it was such a great atmosphere the whole night. And some great wrestling as well. That cage match was nuts.
Yeah, the
So
cage
insane.
match was insane. Yeah, highly recommend. You were having fun, and I said, don't even take your stuff. Just have like a vacation because like this pandemic, we haven't had a time to really do that. So
it was so weird though because even sat there, we do it when we watch regular TV shows where we'll lean in to like take notes
or something.
I'm sat in a fucking arena.
Yeah.
With no
You're
laptop,
John
no
Pollock.
pen and paper,
Wow.
and it's Brandon Cutler throws a bag with a shoe with like thumbtacks on it, and like reach down to like type something. I'm like, no, just watch, enjoy the wrestling. It's weird. It's very weird watching it now.
Well, I got Andrew Thompson, post wrestling Mr. Newsy Scoops. We had a fun show doing All Out. It's on this feed. If you haven't checked it out, go listen because that was so much fun. We did a watch along. With Dickie Bird, I did a show with him. Sam and Jesse were here. Jesse from the Six.
Oh yeah.
We hung out and watched All Out, so it felt like It felt normal because like I had some friends. We were there, but we kept looking for you guys in the crowd. You were with who? John Cena, MJ from MJ.
I was sat next to MJ, and then Cena and Fire Frank were in the section above us.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a shame. We really wanted to call in, but the reception there is terrible. Like I couldn't even get my data, let alone Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi.
Damn.
And so good. I got towards the front of the line to actually get in. I was trying to get my tickets on my phone, and my phone had just no connection, so I had to walk like really far back to try and get it, which sucked. But
you had a good time.
It was great.
Yeah,
loved it. I actually bought back some things, and you mentioned we're doing BD Elite tomorrow. Well, I see you're wearing a Bret the Hitman Hart t-shirt right now.
What is that?
So I've got a few options. I know we've just had Labor Day and summer's over, but I finally got you've got a upNXT summer tank.
Wow, I finally got
in your size.
Yes,
in your size.
Perfect. Wow, thank you, Scrump.
I've also got for the set an AEW flag.
An AEW flag. Wow.
Is this sacrilege opening this
on this show?
On an NXT show?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, well, I won't fully unfold it. But
we don't need to.
We got that for tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll look
but
great.
I've got a nice outfit for you tomorrow.
And
I know you're going to like this.
It's an outfit?
I
didn't even say
a t-shirt.
Okay. I thought you got me like a romper or something.
But I know how much you love this guy, so I figured I'd make you an honorary member of the Hardy Family Office.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Happy All Out weekend.
Wow. Damn, if we were... I can't wait to wear this. I'm going to wear it tomorrow.
You better.
Watch the stream tomorrow. You'll see. Wow. Hardy Family Office. The truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth.
It's not wrong.
No.
Yeah. Damn. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. We all... I was at PWT with Cena and Frank.
Scrumptious, yeah.
And we all saw that and we go, we've got to.
Yeah.
We got to.
Wow. Thank you. I'm excited. Now I can just always be with Matt Hardy. He'll always be with me.
He is anyway.
Yeah, he literally
like,
is.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he was at the bachelor party tonight.
He's probably there in spirit. Yeah. Well, thank you for finally. I got some PWT merch. Mm-hmm. They're probably really busy this week.
Yes.
Because again, a lot of things seem like they changed in wrestling. I mean, just one swoop. It feels like this one show. You were there, and you said it's got to be one of the best shows you were at. Like, period.
Absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, that cage match is a classic.
Yes.
100%. But then all the other stuff that comes along with the show makes it really special. I kind of said it on the All Out review, but like watching this got me this like feeling where like that wrestling kind of used to make me get into it, and you never know who could show up or what, all this kind of stuff. And then like I'm too young, being 30, I'm too young to really watch when there was like, the NWO and stuff like that. I wasn't watching at that time. But for me, when I look at this event, it's like, is this almost like this generations equivalent of something happening, this like domino effect? Like, is it a Bash at the Beach 96 moment?
I think
Daniel Bryan,
I think
Bryan Danielson?
that is a close comparison because it's people
Am
hopping over.
Someone's gonna message me or say in the chat you're reaching. But...
I've seen a lot of people say that, and I'd say it could be a similarity where there's a movement, but I think in the reason why we're excited about these moves are to see the wrestling matches. That's where it's different to me. Like, no one was excited about Kevin Nash going to WCW because all the classics he could have over there.
Right.
Really, were they? But it was such a different era then. It was so character driven. It was all about the storylines and pulling back the curtain a little bit. But I think the reason why everyone's so happy and excited is because they're wrestling fans at heart, and that's what they want to see. Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, like yes, exactly.
Yeah.
CM Punk against all these guys, awesome. Adam Cole with the Elite and mixing it up and thinking of like the crazy six-man tags we can have and all that.
I cannot
That's
wait.
What
was I talking about on this show? Like,
Yeah.
man, I just want to see this guy hang out with his friends and his wife. That's what I want to see, because I know that'll be the best for him, and he's a talented performer, not only with his mic work, but like with the wrestling. And again, that run in like ROH and all that stuff, like him and the Bucks were killing it every week in these trios. They needed trios titles. See, we're just talking about Elite stuff. We got to do this on tomorrow's show, but like you can tell genuinely this changed.
Oh yeah,
this is why
it did. And
it changed.
There was
everything.
after the show finished, Daniel Bryan cut a promo, which I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson, which I'm sure a lot of you have either read about or heard. But there was a chant from the crowd, "We love wrestling."
Yeah,
and that's like what the feeling I had coming out of that show. It's I love professional wrestling.
Yeah,
and I feel we've been denied it a long time.
Definitely, yeah. I just want to see some cool wrestling, and I think that's what we're in store for. This is like a turning point again, like this literal paradigm shift of what we know. Like now they're playing with some big key characters here. This isn't like your indie talent guys anymore. There's some big names. There's some big draw power to a lot of people. CM Punk drew them back in. I don't know if the pay-per-view numbers are out quite yet, but like they got to be pretty high, because seeing Punk wrestle.
I mean, it's going to be their most bought show, easily.
Yeah, I thought they put on a banging show. And yeah, it does change everything. On this show, we've been talking about Adam Cole. He's been in this weird position. He had the feud with Kyle, which was good. We thought that last match, though, was a bit iffy. It felt like a get out of here kind of feel. And, well, he got out of there. And he didn't sign with WWE. And he showed up at this show with the turn. The kiss was the biggest pop of my... I popped huge for the kiss. You know, I love when they used to do that shit. It's so funny. Love it. All of them are amazing. This whole gang of the Elite and everything, I'm super excited where it goes. And you got them going up against the team like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk versus the Bucks, Daniel Bryan versus Kenny, Punk versus
I imagine
Kenny.
We'll have, what was it, Bryan, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy, and Christian. They'll do a 4-on-4 or something.
Arthur Ashe,
maybe?
Yeah, true.
Against the Elite?
That would be crazy, yeah. So there's so many different avenues. It makes it just genuinely exciting. It seems like NXT's just been stripped away of some things. It's like, it just isn't. Obviously, it's changing.
I think it's also just one has pulled ahead so much further.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
It's that's what it is, and it does make NXT feel lesser. And when you're looking at the studio and all that, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is next week. The whole look.
Yeah, the look.
How much of a change it actually feels.
Yeah, it's got like an arena.
I imagine a lot's going to be gradual as well, if we're going to see these changes. But again, like going into this show, I thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It's a consistent show. But yeah, one show's just pulled ahead of everyone, in my eyes.
Yeah, it's made it the rest. We've already said it's always the cool show lately. It's the fresh new toy in the world of wrestling, and now it just got like this fresh paint already over it with the Daniel Bryan Danielson.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, American Dragon.
Yeah,
that's so awesome. Like hearing him swear in those scrums.
Yeah,
like, I just fucking love wrestling. I'm like, oh my god.
That's what you did in his promo. At the end, he went, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah, like that makes me so jacked to watch anything he does. Like Daniel Garcia, all these people. Like fuck, man. Like sorry we're not getting Daniel Bryan Walter, but like It's fine. Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan, what other dream matches are we missing out on, I guess, really?
Peter Avalon.
Oh, no, we can get that.
No, we can get that now.
We can
Oh,
get that.
what ones can't we get?
Yeah, Walter, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Walter.
Yeah, that's okay.
Gallus.
Ah.
Like all of Gallus versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he'd still win.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It definitely is a pivotal thing. So we'll do an AEW show tomorrow because we're going to be covering Moxley and Suzuki on BD Elite. It's on this feed as well, so check that out. But if you want to listen to more of us, we had some busy weeks because we did a best match ever, Daniel Bryan, a little while back. Oh, that's in the tank there. But we did a special Up Yours for your birthday.
We did.
We watched Whiplash.
Yeah.
With J. Jonah Jameson.
Jenna
J.K.
Jameson.
Simmons.
Yep. Miles Teller.
That was an awesome movie.
Russian or Dragon.
Drumming and swearing and all sorts of tough love. That was great. What else did we do?
We did the Summer of Punk.
With the Summer of Punk. Yeah, if you're in the CM Punk mood, check this out. We're getting some high praise from some people. Thank you guys for the sweet messages. But we looked at, this is the first time we didn't just look at matches and stuff. We looked at the whole summer of the 2011 reign of CM Punk, which was like the Money in the Bank, the Pipe Bomb, the John Cena stuff, SummerSlam, Kevin Nash texting, all that stuff. So we dissect the Pipe Bomb, all the promos, everything. It was a blast. We were sick of CM Punk by the end of the day, but
yeah, by the time I saw him, I was over it.
Yeah.
Wasn't even wearing trunks.
Yeah, exactly. So go listen to that show. That's out there as well. We just did we did Juice last week as well, covering the Tupac movie. We've done a bunch of all these other things. The summer is over, kind of, because
it's the end of the world. I think
thunderstorm.
summer's over. I think the world's over because there's some crazy storm going on outside.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna stay inside and podcast this week.
You going for a walk after the show tonight?
No, absolutely not. We have a big week this week. We just recorded another Retro NXT review, Was Next, and we're talking about Big E against Damian Sandow for the NXT title.
Yep.
We're talking about my favorite Summer Rae versus Natalya. Paige shows up. Sami Zayn shows up on screen for the first time.
Yeah.
Which hypes up the next episode, which I don't even want to spoil, but wow.
We have the debut of someone who wrestled tonight. Danny
Burch. Wow, yeah. So that's going to be coming out this weekend. But all the Retro NXT reviews are included in that. But we do Up Yours. We're World Champ patrons. Our super fans, they get to pick stuff. And we bring them on and we review the movie and then we get their thoughts and such. And you quiz them and stuff like that. That was a super fun show. About a year ago or so and some change, Chris Price, who's pretty much our wasn't expert, but World Champ patron, he picked one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. Back to the Future. We reviewed it. It was awesome. Well, he's come back around. And guess what his pick is?
What is it?
Gotta get back in time. Oh, wait, is that the third one? Yeah, well, we're going to the second one.
We're going to the second one. Back to the Future, Part 2.
Yeah, Back to the Future, Part 2. Great Scott. I made you watch that Rick and Morty live action.
Oh, that better be a thing.
That better be a full movie.
Yeah. Not Christopher Daniels. What's his
name?
Christopher Lloyd.
And the kid from Stranger Things and It and stuff or something like that. Yeah, man, that looks wild. So we're reviewing Back to the Future Part 2 out this weekend podcast.
I wonder what he's going to pick next year.
I hope it's not Part 3.
It will be Part 3.
It will be. The best one.
I think so. It's got cowboys in it.
Yeah, really. So check us out, listening, all the different stuff. The September schedule is out as well. We got a best match ever covering some Stardom at the end of the month.
Yeah.
We got all sorts
of Brainbusters
best
for
match
Arn's
ever.
birthday.
We're all over the map, and it's just awesome. So patreon.com/upnext. Only $5 for North American tier, and you get access to all these shows, plus 350 plus shows in the back catalog. All the shows. We appreciate all the new people signed up this month who were like, whoa, I'm going back and clicking this one and listening to all these shows. We appreciate you. But thank you guys. And hey, while I'm at it, at UpNext Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, go follow us because we post funny things. Like all about the kid who is screaming
oh my word.
all night on NXT tonight. I'm sorry. I know this is a taped show. There's probably not much you can do about editing the sound. Oh, wait. They do that because they add in piped noise all this episode too. Why is there a kid screaming this whole episode?
Yeah, I've noticed this for a few weeks now.
You've mentioned it to me before.
But this was a lot tonight. Yeah.
It was loud. This kid was so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not one to ever like point this stuff out, but it was genuinely like I kept thinking someone's in like your room. screaming. It sounds like someone's in another room in our apartment.
It's so high pitched and piercing as well.
It's just screaming at everything. Like one person punches someone. Ah!
It was when nothing was happening at times.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. I know this is the CWC, whatever. Don't they have security? Like, yo, pipe down.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Like, yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm surprised this makes it to old NXT, 2013 NXT.
Security.
Maybe. But come on. This is a TV show.
No producer is out there being like, yo, what's this,
what is
like,
this?
squealing, screeching thing? Stop this. Stop. Just bad.
Yeah.
All around. Bad juju here.
I agree.
There better not be that in the new era of NXT.
Yeah.
The new fresh coat of paint.
Want more colors and less screaming.
There is always screaming.
More guys under 30. More guys over 6 foot. And less screaming.
Yeah. Well, if they're big guys, then you know they're gonna be like, rah! That's what wrestlers do.
Yeah.
But no high pitched shrieks.
No,
none of that stuff. So I guess we can talk about NXT from Tuesday, September 7th, 2021. And, well, it starts off with a match. Ember Moon going one-on-one against Kay Ray, the newest import from NXT UK. I'm going to say newest, but probably not the last, judging by some of the things.
Yeah, what is being talked about?
Abandoned ship? I'm not sure.
Because they've got a TV deal.
They have a TV deal.
So
the guy tells me every time I watch NXT every week, he goes, only on Peacock.
Are these just like little silly Twitter rumors or anything legit?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it does feel like there must be some sort of show continuing forward. They're still promoting shows.
Yeah.
So like they've been on somewhat of a nice little run. People who watch it.
Yeah.
So
just had match of the year, perhaps, until that cage match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. Well, Kay Ray came from UK, but she's here now in NXT. Was it NXT proper?
Yeah.
And Ember Moon, Kay Ray, and we get a series of head scissors from both of them at the same time. Kay Ray locking in some sort of cross arm breaker, attacking Ember's shoulder and arm. Ember comes back, though, with this flying code breaker, but, like, almost flies over her.
Yeah, Vic said she didn't quite get all of that, but I think it looked better than what she was meant to go for. She kind of hit the code breaker, but to the top of the head. So kind of spiking her on the way down. I thought it looked pretty cool.
You know what? It looked really cool. There was then a crossface from Ember, but Kaylee eventually gets out of it with a series of roll-ups. There's then a triangle choke as they go to break. We come back. There's Kaylee, who's again working on Ember's arm and the shoulder. There's more inside cradles, and then a slap from Kaylee, which lights up Ember Moon, but she eats a super kick, and then Kaylee hits this springboard tornado DDT, spiking Ember, flipping upside down. This looked awesome. A flying springboard tornado DDT looked sweet, but Ember kicks out. She comes back, sends Kaylee outside, and hits her with a tope, and goes up for the Eclipse, but Kaylee uses Ember's hair and throws her off the top rope, and then hits a swanton bomb off the top, but Ember kicks out at 2. Moon comes back with this snapmare package driver.
Yeah, this looked really cool.
Sit out thing. This was awesome. This should be her new finish, but Kaylee kicked out at 2. But I'm like, damn, this looked awesome. I mean, the Eclipse is cool too, but honestly,
yeah, this I've not seen this before, and it looked decent.
It's like when you lift them all the way over and then hit like some sort of driver, like the JML driver or something. But Kaylee kicks out. Kaylee gains advantage, hits her with the gory bomb. Or the Noshigami. Mm-hmm. And pins Ember Moon in, I guess, an upset here with NXT UK newcomer.
I think we saw it coming.
I mean, they're selling it like that. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I thought this was a great opener to the show.
It was.
They had great chemistry together, and there were some really quite ambitious spots that I thought they pulled off. And, I really enjoyed this. And you could see the CWC kind of really took attention halfway through. They were like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah, they had some great back and forth segments where they were like countering and roll-ups and stuff. Definitely, like Kay Ray, they say she's been on this run with the Miko matches and now coming back over here. Like, yeah, this was great. I totally see it now in Kaylee Ray, 100%.
Yeah, I've not really watched much of her, but
Yeah.
the times I have, she's impressed me actually.
Yeah, the Miko Satomura matches were pretty awesome,
Mm.
and this was cool too. This is probably my match of the night. I really like the main event had some cool stuff, but this was the one that kind of shocked me.
I agree.
Yeah,
I thought this
it was
good.
pretty cool. So Kaylee Ray gets the victory and will potentially going for that women's title down the line. I also love a good gory bomb. It's one of my favorite moves, the Noshigami.
She hits it well as well.
She does, lots of force. We see Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, Ridge Holland, and Pete Dunne. They're backstage with their flag up, and they're talking about their tag team titles. Oney and Danny get a rematch tonight. The titles they never lost, but they're going up against MSK. Pete and Ridge tell them that they got to hurt these people, go out there and end MSK. And, well, they say, what does he say? Sorry, is it Burch who tells, like, the interviewer, Mackenzie, like, get out of here? Like, what are you still doing here? 1 foot forward, the other one.
Yeah.
Keep going. And she's like, okay, and walks out.
I thought Danny Burch was really funny here because they're talking about MSK in the match tonight. And he's like, I'm tired of everyone talking about MSK. What people should be talking about is the fact that I am back. And he's like talking as if he's Brock Lesnar returning.
Biggest return.
And it's like, Danny Burch. Love Danny Burch, but it's Danny Burch.
Yeah,
I found him quite... And I think he's aware of that with
Right.
the way he was saying this. It was pretty funny.
NXT legend, Danny Burch.
NXT legend.
Been here around since forever. We're just still watching him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Who beat... yeah, okay. Spoilers. I was going to say, who beat him on Was Next? It was like, no.
Was it Bray? This week? We just talked about it. We recorded it today.
Yeah, it was Bray.
Bray versus Danny on Was Next. Check it out. Patreon.com/next. So they're going to get their titles back tonight, and they're angry. These angry Brits and Oney. I mentioned to you watching the show, is it just me, or does Oney Lorcan look like the coach Beard in Ted Lasso?
Yes, absolutely.
And for those not watching Ted Lasso, I just started season 2. You need to catch up. You need to get on.
I need to catch up. I need to watch season 2.
I'm not finished. I got 2
Okay.
left. I marathoned, but 2 left. Wow. Jason Sudeikis, the GOAT. Great show. Ted Lasso. Fucking Roy Kent. We go to first party of the night. The bachelorette party. That's right. Next week there's a wedding, so that means tonight, party time. Bachelorette and bachelor party. We go to this restaurant, Fresca. I think they were there before.
Yeah. This is the...
The date one?
Is this the one from the date?
Isn't there other restaurants in Florida?
There must... Well, we know there's a sushi spot.
Restaurant. They're not allowed to go back there anymore.
No.
Thanks,
Well, then
Zoe.
maybe they're not allowed anywhere else.
Because they keep making
I did notice that Zoe was not invited to this party.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we've only got one spot left in Florida, and it's Fresca.
Well, they're at Fresca. Candice is there, but it's Indy's bachelorette party. We get who's here? Cora Jade. We got
Kayden and Kacy.
Kayden and Kacy. There's a few people hanging around. They mentioned that there's a one friend that's been friends with Indy for 10 years, and she came all the way from Persia to watch.
No, came all the way from Australia. Her name's Persia.
Her name's Persia.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, my mistake. Her name is Persia, but she's from Australia. And they're like, wow, you really came all the way here for her wedding? And she's like, no, I just want to go to Disney World, which is funny. There's then...
Also, Persia isn't a country anymore.
Persia. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, wait a second. I'm sorry. Don't John Cena me. I'm sorry.
Yo, have you heard of Estonia? Callback. We've talked about that on the show before.
I should have told that story on the dating story with the wellness policy. Holy. So the bachelorette party is happening, and Candice finally kind of opens up to Indy, like agrees, like, okay, like I'm happy. As long as you're happy, like we'll be happy.
I can see he's really in love with you.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed Candice is responsible, drinking ice water.
Yep.
You know, everyone else having some wine, I'm sure. There's Kacy and Kayden are like on their phones TikToking. They're basically like Frank. I'm told at the club. They're on their phones. No, they're on TikTok though.
They're on TikTok being annoying. Biggest heels in this company.
Yeah, they're at this bachelorette party and they're not even paying attention.
Nope.
That's really rude of them. And their baby faces, what? Candace says Dexter's strange, kind of creepy strange, but I know he loves you, so that's all I could ask. So cheers. And then they go, oh, I wonder how the bachelor party's going with Johnny and Dexter later today. And they go, no, they'll get along. And I think I quote, Indy said, yeah, don't worry, they'll get along, they'll get together. Dexter's just gonna have to crack his nut.
Name of the show.
Sometimes, man, you just gotta
crack a nut.
So Indy's like, I wonder how it's going. So Candace says, you know what, I got this spy gear, we could use it. So they go, all right, we gotta go. So they leave. More on that later. But wow, how was the bachelorette party here was way weaker than
this. I mean, this is pretty lame.
Yeah.
Indy seems like a wild one to me. Like, I feel like Indy Hartwell's bachelorette party would be pretty insane. Don't you?
Yeah.
Like, she seems a fun party girl, and they're sat at Fresca, sipping wine. A little tame for our Indy Hartwell, I think.
Yeah, and Indy could have had more, like, fun. Where would you have gone in Florida? Get to a gator park, gator zoo,
Yeah.
gator world,
Club.
medieval times.
Yeah.
Where would you go for? Where would you want to? Just for future reference.
For me,
where would you want to go for? I mean, I think I know where you want to go for your bachelor. But like, where, what would be fun bachelor or bachelorette party ideas?
Like New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're traveling.
If we're traveling, true. We would just go to like Vegas or something.
Here, just like bar hopping and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bar hopping. So they're starting at the restaurant.
Yeah,
They're
maybe
just-
get a limo, something like
Yeah.
that.
Like,
Have some fun.
Right. Now,
But
what would...
this is all they did, and because then Indy and Candice left, so it wasn't like this wasn't like the dinner before they go a little crazy, because they abandoned their own bachelor party.
Because they want to make sure Johnny and Dexter are having fun on the bachelor party.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, this one was okay, but it was just a little tease of what's to come.
Right. Definitely. We go
So why was Beth not there?
Yeah. I imagine they taped it during the week when probably she's not there or something, but definitely... Oh, wait, this was taped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beth should have been there. Yeah.
She'll be involved in the
She
wedding.
said she's in the
somehow.
wedding because
Yeah.
they cut back to the ring for our next match, and she's like, "Oh, I wish I could have been there, but I'm gonna be at the wedding. Don't
She
worry."
does still wear her index shirt, though. I like it.
Yeah, good stuff. It is a nice shirt. The Waze shirt, Hit Row shirt.
I mean, you're
on
not
the-
happy with your Matt Hardy shirt?
Can I exchange it for a
Different companies.
So we go to our next match. Carmelo Hayes, the winner of the Breakout tournament, is going one-on-one against Santos Escobar. Both here are kind of in the contention for this North American title scene. We know we're going to get Santos and Swerve eventually one-on-one, but not quite. There's a head scissors from Carmelo, but it gets countered into this like face plant, splat to the mat. But Carmelo keeps going to try to do these like fast-paced moves, and Santos shuts him down. And Vic Joseph is like, what's he trying to out-lucha the... Sorry, is it maybe Wade? He's trying to out-lucha the Lucha Emperor. Like, come on, like this guy's... He knows every move. What are you doing? He beats down on Carmelo Hayes, and then Santos just hits a classic DDT, like Jake the Snake DDTs him, looks great for a near fall. Hayes comes back with a roll through into this pump kick. There's a top rope Rana from Escobar for a near fall. Escobar starts working the shoulder and doing these like shoulder twists and slams. Hayes comes back with this like roundhouse kick and then this reverse flying spring leg drop to like a hanging Santos, which is insane. He does these moves we've seen him do, but pretty nuts. He then hits almost like the final cut, the curtain call.
The like Dustin final cut.
But into like a cutter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing this in the video games when you could create your own moves. There, you could do this like you suplex lift and then like you cutter the guy. This looked awesome. This could
looked really
again
cool.
kind of similar to the Ember Moon thing.
Could be a
this
finish.
could just be your finisher. But it wasn't, and it's a kick out from Santos, who comes back and stops Hayes in midair with this high knee, but then eats a code breaker from Hayes for a near fall. Which
a lot of code breakers.
Yeah,
It's
a lot
like
of code breakers.
Jericho's at the other place, just use it. It's all...
Yeah, Hayes comes back and does connect with his satellite into the face crusher buster thing, but Santos kicks out again. There's a distraction on the outside from Legado del Fantasma, which allows Elektra Lopez to body slam Carmelo on the outside. And, this sets him up here. Like, he gets attacked, so it's kind of like what ends him the match here.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets sent back into the ring, and
then hit with
the Phantom Driver.
Yeah.
And it's over.
I found that scoop slam, from the body slam from Elektra Lopez, a little weird. I feel she should have punched him in the face first before hitting it, because he just stood there and let her just pick him up. Like, no struggle.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. If someone went to pick me up, I'd be like, oh, why are you picking me up? But if she, like, punched him first, it'd be like, oh, then the surprise.
She also put her jacket back on after. She's like, hold on, I gotta put my jacket off.
The ref wasn't suspect about that. But no, I thought the match was pretty good. Carmelo Hayes continues to impress. Escobar's definitely the one who should win this, because he's going forward for the North American title. But I'm enjoying this division, really, with Hit Row, like Swerve and Santos, and I think Carmelo Hayes is a good addition.
I just like hearing you say sus.
Sus?
I like the match, actually. Carmelo's pretty awesome. Santos is great too. I want to see this one-on-one. I think we can play out the Hit Row thing more. Like, it's great, actually. Like,
we need the multi-man and all of that.
War games, for sure. We get, is it Kacy and Kayden backstage squatting, getting ready for their tag title match?
So, Kayden is doing squats as you just see the arms of Kacy walking past back and forth.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an incredible bolt of lightning. Sorry. It was like all forked and stuff. It's pretty cool. We haven't seen a storm from up here yet.
Yeah.
But then they just do annoying poses, like this wheelbarrow pickup into a... She's like holding her. It's these two.
They're doing like acrobatics.
Yeah,
and
they're
stuff.
annoying.
Yeah, they're definitely bad guys.
Yeah.
Definitely. We see the Creed brothers in the ring.
Crab and Goyle.
The Creed brothers. Now, I'm sorry. Are these guys named Brutus and Julius?
Yes.
Damn. Are you not entertained? They sound like gladiators.
Yeah.
Definitely. They might not look like gladiators, but they definitely look like gladiators when they get in the ring.
Later on, absolutely.
Yeah. So these guys are about to have a match here, and Malcolm Bivens says these guys are from, NCAA and Olympic trials and wrestling and all these things. The two members of the Diamond Mine, and they're gonna have a match. But yeah, these guys definitely weird.
Roddy's like, now the real works begins.
Yeah, so there's always people training in this corner of this gym. Just always Diamond Mine. Yeah, I like how every week Bivens is like Diamond Mine, and then like ends it with like a saying. It's like, I swear it changes every week, because this time he's like, Diamond Mine forever. It's like, that makes more sense, because diamonds are forever.
Yeah.
But, like, I swear he didn't say that last week.
He's like
taking
He's just cycling until he finds one that sticks.
Diamond Mine, the truth is the truth. Like, he's just gonna put other things in there.
Where it all begins again.
Yeah, you'll never see it coming. If I was him, and I know Bivens is so genius, I really wish he was like unmuzzled here with W. I'm sure they tell him what to say, kind of, right? Like, I feel like he's so much, like, he would come up with all these diamond puns and shit.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and especially if you follow his Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. As well. His Twitter's amazing.
I want that Ahmed Johnson shirt.
Yeah, it's him as Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah.
The Diamond City Plunge. There
yes.
You go. There's so many things you could do with Diamond in the promos, though. Like, diamonds are forever. Diamonds.
Yeah, they don't. This was AEW. Tony Khan would pay for that.
They get a diamond sponsorship.
Shirley Bassey.
They get diamonds.
Yeah.
They can't get the Kanye one. Probably, no. But the original, yeah.
Get Shirley Bassey to sing out Roderick Strong and the Creed brothers.
The Creed brothers. So the Creed brothers are throwing. Sorry, I don't even know who these guys are up against. This tag team.
I don't think they named them. It didn't flash up on the screen, and they didn't bother mentioning their names at all. One of the guys looked about 50.
I couldn't tell who these guys were, but definitely
fodder
for these Creed guys. Yeah. Well, the Creed brothers are throwing them around. They're beating them up. There's like suplexes. There's these kind of moves I've never seen, like wrestling style throws and stuff that look super impressive.
These really awesome low, quick fireman carries. Everything had such a snap to it and felt like, proper kind of Olympic throws.
Yeah, no. Olympic throws, like power slams, the collider power slam thing, like all these things, and eventually win the match. But squash match.
Yeah, it was like this rolling suplex to end it.
Yeah.
But I thought this was awesome. As
Yeah.
far as squash matches go, never seen these guys. Kind of think they don't look like much when I've seen them just standing around. But then this presentation of them wearing just the very simple, basic black kind of Olympic leotards for it, the singlets, I thought it actually really worked, and I thought they looked very impressive. And I quite look forward to seeing them mix it up with the more competitive teams down the line. But good start for these two. I was super impressed.
Yeah, like the Diamond Mine kind of definitely started with a rough start for
Yes.
the Diamonds there, but
See what you did there.
yeah, we lost Tyler Rust, the Diamond in the Rust, Tyler Rust. We lost him, and it was all the thread was coming undone of this Diamond. But
Then Roddy kept losing.
But now we got these two Olympic guys.
Yeah.
That might look like the heavies for Malfoy.
Yeah.
Was I right? Is it
Yeah,
Malfoy?
yeah, you got it.
But don't judge a book by its cover, because these guys were throwing people around. So definitely interested in seeing.
Yeah,
what
it
they
kind of
can
got Steiner vibes from them.
do. Yeah, maybe they'll bring in Steiner's son. Isn't he in the PC? Yeah,
Oh, is he?
he's there. Yeah.
Get him in
Oh, it's Rick Steiner's son.
Rick Steiner's son?
There you go.
With these lads?
Dog-faced gremlins.
Yeah.
Pull it back, take it back, and use that.
Yeah.
With the Creed brothers. Come out to Creed.
Yes.
And then Creed from The Office will show up.
Shirley Bassey and Creed singing these lads to the ring.
With Creed from The Office.
Yes.
Originally, they're called the Casper Brothers, which I think might be their real name.
Okay.
Which actually kind of may sound cooler, but whatever.
What's cooler than Creed? Come on.
Nothing's cooler than Creed.
Nothing's cooler than Creed.
Yeah.
When I'm not with you.
It's not quite Creed, but the lead singer of Alter Bridge, Miles Kennedy.
He's in Creed, right?
No, the rest of Alter Bridge are in Creed.
Oh, the singer's different.
Singer's
Okay.
different. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's Scott. I could be messing them
Scott
up. Right?
Steiner?
Scott I think I'm messing them up, but the guy from Alter Bridge,
Right.
Miles Kennedy.
Okay.
He's playing in New York the same week as Arthur Ashe.
Oh.
For those interested, if you want to hear him play Metal Angus live, I'm sure he'll do it.
Seen it on YouTube. It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
He just walks around. Then when it gets hard, he puts the mic to the crowd.
Yeah, it's gotta be really hard to do that part.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I'm not saying I want to go.
Let's go. We'll see. We'll see how the weekend's going.
So, the Creed brothers, they honestly a sweet debut. I'm actually thinking they could be something.
Yeah, I'm
WWE.
excited about these two.
Yeah, like remember American Alpha
Yeah.
and stuff? Like, kind of they could go that vibe, that route.
But a bit more monster-esque.
bit bigger.
You know?
It's American Alpha meets AOP
Yes. Yes.
is what I got.
Yes,
from
it
this.
is.
And Paul Ellering is Malcolm Bivens.
Yeah.
So we're good. I mean,
No, I like that.
even if it was just them, not in the Diamond Mine, with just Malcolm Bivens, I think would work.
Yeah.
Because two guys talking. But they got Roddy and Hachi Man.
Hatchet Man.
And this woman who was training with them back there. I couldn't tell who it was. Someone was
Oh.
training. But we'll see.
Aaliyah.
No, I don't think it was her. But
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. Put her in
Yeah,
the
I think
Diamond.
you put her in the Diamond Mine. And where's Zaya?
Where's Zaya? Where is Zaya? Hashtag where's Zaya? Wow. We go to announcement. Next week is the new era of NXT, sort of. They're not really saying era, but it's a new thing. It's going to be live. It's going to have the wedding, but it's also going to have a number one contenders match. Fatal 4-way. Winner faces Joe for a title at an undetermined date. Ciampa, O'Reilly, Dunn, and Knight. 4-way next week.
Yeah, this should be great. Looking forward to this. I do find it funny, though, with all the reports and stuff, and next week is a new era. and we're main eventing with 4 guys who are either over 30, under 6 foot, or both. It's like, oh no, it's all changing. It's okay.
It's like
unless this is their swan song.
it's like girls on Tinder. And they're like, if you're not over 6 foot, sorry, don't message me. I'm not replying. Yeah, that's what WWE's doing.
Well, they're saying this, and then they're main eventing with this.
I mean, they're not all small guys. What are you talking about?
Come on. Or they're over 30.
Oh, is that the other stipulation?
Yeah.
Oh, so how would you do on that if that was a Tinder thing?
Not about as well as I did in Chicago.
Were you all in or all out?
World champion patronage.
Yeah, world champ show coming soon.
$25.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/upNXT. The month is early.
That's right. Yeah, it's true. You can if you join as a world champ, you could just back catalog and listen to all the old BDE shows.
Yeah.
And then learn way too much stuff about us. Well, we go to Ember Moon backstage. She's being interviewed. She says she's tired. She lost tonight. This seems like it happens to everyone in their career. I have to find my inner self. It took Kaylee Ray to wake me up. Wake me up inside.
Yeah, so we're going to see a bit of a character change, it seems, from Ember Moon.
What's she going to do?
Do you reckon she's going to start getting mean? Start cheating? Do you think she'll go to Malcolm Bivens and ask for help and join the mine? What do you think she means here? I actually thought she sounded pretty good here.
Yeah,
I think she sounded more natural, and I think it worked.
So you like her when she's like not being over the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked her match earlier tonight.
I did.
So,
it was good.
Yeah, it's probably for the best if they go in some different, something else. I don't know. She could be built up to face Raquel or something. I don't know.
But what do you see this change being?
I don't know. She's gonna wake up though. Got to find her inner self. What do you do when you want to find your inner self?
Run away. No, but I like this bringing up sort of Shotzi leaving as well. Just like she's like, yeah, I keep losing. I lost my partner, lost the titles, losing my matches,
losing my mind.
Losing my mind.
That's right. Hit Row have a little backstage promo, and they're cutting some things here. We got Swerve and Top Dollar. They were mentioning the fact that Santos mentioned "He who laughs last laughs best."
Yes.
I thought for a second they were going to be like, "Oh, the quote is actually loudest." Yeah. And they're talking about how you must have a hard head to be saying certain things like that because we'll be laughing. Trust me. We're still, Swerve is the champ.
Didn't say a hard head and a soft ass.
Yeah, Top Dollar says, my Nana used to always say, hard head makes soft ass. And Ashanti says, yeah, we're going to beat you like a $10 pinata, so count your blessings while you can. Because they're upset that they lost that match because was it Carmen Electra? No, Electra Lopez.
Electra Lopez.
Carmen Electra Jennifer Lopez came out and, showed up and joined them. So now they could do this multi-thing, knowing there's a manager on each side. Like a rematch is what Hit Row want. But I think a one-on-one is bound to happen. We go to Zoey Stark and Io Shirai, the women's NXT Tag Team Champions, defending the titles against the challengers Kacy and Kacy Catanzaro. Team TikTok.
Is that what they're going by now?
They didn't say it, but that's what
I assume.
I think
so. Yeah,
that's what we should call them, Team TikTok, because they didn't TikTok during their entrance, but it looked like
they
were
did their
doing
silly dance.
They were doing the stuff for TikTok on it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the moves were. I'm a little out of date, but I'm sure they were good moves. So Io and Zoey, I don't know if you know the storyline. If you're not familiar,
they don't get along.
They don't get along. Yeah.
Io hates her for no reason.
Io's in there, and she's fighting both of Kacy and Kayden as they're tagging in and out. And Zoe's like, yo, like, tag me in. And Io looks over and goes, I don't need your help. She just hates her. She's so mean, this Io. Damn. Yeah. Finally, Zoe tags in when they come back.
This caused, Kayden, I think, to roundhouse kick her
Yeah,
and
yeah.
start beating down on Io. So
They finally
she was a bit silly.
Yeah. She should have tagged when she should have, but she's being mean, so that's what happens. So Kayden and Kacy tagging in and out, beating down. They go to break early. When we come back, Zoey finally tags in and starts beating up Kacy. There's then a roundhouse kick from Kayden to Zoey. Io comes in and hits a 619 on Kayden, who actually gets draped into the ropes there. Io then does this like moonsault, but gets hit with this moonsault from Kacy. That's like a wheelbarrow thing.
It's like, a wheelbarrow into a moonsault, like flipping Kacy over.
It was weird, but Io gets out of it, hits a German suplex, and then the bullet train knees in the corner, tags Zoey, or maybe tags herself in. She comes in and eats this flatliner from Kayden Carter, which actually looked cool. It's like almost like the Sister Abigail into more of a flatliner than a like driver. It was cool. There's then this huge splash off the top combo from K&K here, but it gets broken up as Io hits the springboard dropkick, sending her to crash into the breakup pin. There's then a huge knee from Zoey, and then Io up top.
It's like the kind of feast your eyes, but with a rotation.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's nuts. Hits that. Io's up top. Moonsault to Kacy, and Io and Zoey, they might not like each other, but they're tag team champions still.
Yeah, I like the match. I think I especially like the sequences between Io and Kayden. I thought they worked really well and at a really nice speed. Io's so quick, and I thought Kayden actually kept up quite nicely. I do like Kayden and Kacy as a team, even though they're pretty annoying. I think some of their kind of like double team moves are quite unique and look pretty cool. I just hate this. I hate this Zoey and Io story. Part of me wanted them to just lose the title so they can just be done with this. It's like the whole not getting along thing, and then at the end, after Zoey hits her move, she's like, right, I'm going to tab my partner, and commentary's like, oh, it seems like they're getting along now. It's just... God, it's just so boring, and I don't think it's well played out at all. But when it was just the wrestling, I quite enjoyed it.
I agree. I don't like the storyline at all now. It's like, you got to just make them a team. Like, you can't take this seriously.
No.
So, this match was okay. This didn't do too much for me.
No.
None of these characters in this were likable right now.
No, they're not.
Like, Io is literally my favorite wrestler, and they're making her unlikable. And she's the babyface champion.
I don't believe her either.
No.
I don't believe that she doesn't like her. It just feels like, no, I don't like you. It just feels like she's fucking around.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty bad in this. It's a shame because the actual wrestling is very entertaining.
Yeah. The story is weird. We go to a promo from Kyle O'Reilly. He's saying he's free from all this stuff as of late, and now he can do whatever I want, he says. I don't care what it takes. I don't care who's footing the bill. I don't care if I don't reach my next birthday. The end game for Kyle O'Reilly is the NXT Championship. Samoa Joe, I'm coming for you. So there you have it.
Coming
Kyle.
for you, Samoa.
I'm coming for you, Samoa. Yeah, Kyle wants the title, and that means he's got to go through this 4-way and possibly fight Joe. So maybe he'll be the guy to win. Maybe.
That's
right.
Don't think so quite yet.
Not yet. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
We're going
to the main event of the evening.
The main event, the reason we're all here, as there's...
I told you, it's the end of the world.
End of the world.
Is it the Purge?
It feels like it's one of the scariest nights. It's like thunderstorms, there's crashes, police.
It got dark crazy early, like 2 hours earlier than normal. It was dark.
It's the end of the world. Yeah, but let's talk about it. The main event. The real reason we're here. The main event of NXT today. For us, anyways. We talked about the bachelorette party. Well, let's talk about the bachelor party. That's right. We're talking about Dexter Lumis, the groom-to-be, celebrating with Johnny Gargano, Zombie Ref, Cameron Grimes, who's not terrified of the scary ref. My one gripe about this has to be the continuity. There could have been one thing that went, I'm a little scared about you. No, it wasn't nothing. just went,
Well, he's a babyface now, so he just gave him money.
He did give him money.
He gave him a wad of cash.
Johnny didn't want to foot the bill for this bachelor party, so Grimes is kind of just giving everyone money.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's party today. So he gives money to the zombie ref. And Odyssey Jones.
Hey, this guy, he's only been in the company a couple of weeks.
He's already in a bachelor party.
Dexter just really likes this guy.
He likes to sound the alarm.
Yeah.
That's what he calls his arm thing.
Yeah, how did Odyssey Jones get in this party?
Well, Drake Maverick's there too.
Drake Maverick's there, yeah.
This is a whole band.
Pour one out.
For who?
He was on Raw last night. I think he's back to main roster.
Oh. Was he on Raw?
Yeah.
What did he do on Raw?
24/7 division. It's with Reggie and R-Truth.
Oh, I heard it was with Jeff Hardy.
No, he's above that.
Oh, is he?
He's with Reggie and R-Truth.
No, I thought someone on Twitter said Jeff Hardy won the 24/7 title.
Did he?
I could be wrong.
I didn't watch Raw.
Oh. I may have spoiled it for you, but...
Jeff Hardy, is he?
NXT Superstar Champion.
No.
Former NXT Champion, Jeff Hardy.
I listened to John and Way. I didn't hear anything
Oh,
about that.
maybe I'm crazy then. Maybe someone was trolling it and said Jeff was above it. But did Jeff
Maybe
win? Did Jeff win the 24/7?
Oh, he was in the segment.
Oh, he was in the segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was chasing for it.
So he didn't even win it?
No.
Oh, Jeff. Dude, what are you doing? Jeff, you could be in the Hardy family office.
Yeah.
So the bachelor party is going on, and they go to this, like, is it Desari or something like that? It's this, like, this concourse, this multi-platform. I don't even know what
Yeah, it's got go-karting, it's got laser quest.
all this stuff.
Probably got bowling there.
Yeah, all the fun stuff you would go to, like a Chuck E. Cheese on steroids. And Cameron Grimes says whoever wins this go-kart race is going to get $10,000. So there's an epic go-kart race here where there's...
Epic.
Everyone's driving. The zombie ref, Cameron Grimes, Odyssey Jones, Drake Maverick. Dexter crashes into someone at one point, and I think Johnny takes the lead and wins.
Good for him.
So he's winning this. We see Candice and Indy, though, spying on them. They're at this complex spying on this bachelor party, hoping it goes well. They then go to...
And Indy's like, well, we could have gone go-karting and you took me to Fresca, Candice.
Yeah, this looks like a lot more fun.
Yeah.
They also do some axe throwing.
Yeah.
So we see all these wrestlers trying to throw, but they can't do it.
They go, has anyone here had an experience with an axe? And no one puts their hand up except for Dexter.
Any experience with an axe, hey? And Johnny looks a little concerned that he put his hand up. They no one can get the axe like to stick. Like you have to apparently have some technique. I've never done this.
It's pretty hard. Yeah, it's not really about how fast you throw it. There's a technique like a flick of the wrist or whatever.
Flick of the wrist.
Flick of the wrist. It's hard. I was useless.
You can do it.
Yeah,
Did you get any?
All over the place. I got like one or two.
Okay, so that must have found.
But I'd also throw some like wildly.
Oh, that doesn't sound safe.
No.
I've used an axe, like I've cut down a tree.
Yeah.
So that like felt
Let's
good.
go axe throwing. We'll go with John and Way.
Yeah.
WH. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get the crew together and throw axes.
Throwing some axes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could put WH up against the board. So they're axe throwing, and Dexter goes, Johnny, let me show you. So he fixes his arm, helps him with the pose, and Johnny throws it. And we get this like slow-mo like...
And it was a wide shot. You saw him throw this thing. Got it pretty good.
He got it, yeah. And he's like, wow, you helped me throw the axe. Thank you, Dexter. So they're having quite a moment here. Like Dexter's like, yeah, showed you how to use an axe. Good.
And they do the thumbs up.
This was the best part of the show.
This was the best part of the show.
He's like, wow, thank you, Dexter. And Dexter just like slowly puts the thumb up there.
Johnny does it back with his goofy grin.
It's so good.
Very funny.
They go trampoline jumping.
Yeah, it's, those places where the whole floor and the walls are trampolines. Drake's in his suit doing flips.
It looked like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother works at one of these places.
This looks like a great party.
Just jumping around.
Just this whole thing. Axe throwing, go-karting, bouncing around.
I kind of didn't get an answer earlier when I asked, what would you want at your bachelor party? Would you want this at your bachelor party? What would you
maybe
want?
in the day, something like this in the day,
Yeah.
and then do something at night, like going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if you were getting married, would you want to do
It's a long way away.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
want to do the travel, or would you do a homegrown thing?
Depend how many people I wanted to come. I don't want to put people under pressure of like a destination thing.
Yeah.
But it would be more fun.
Or do the destination wedding instead of the
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I'd probably have one anyway for someone.
right.
Like I've got family in the UK, so it's.
So you're saying what do you want for your bachelor party?
Let's travel.
So we go to Vegas.
No, I don't want Vegas.
Yeah, what, Nashville.
I'd like New Orleans, Austin, Nashville,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
All right.
And we'll go karting in all these cities.
Trampoline and yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Don't know what you're getting at.
So they go from trampolining to laser tag.
Yeah.
They go to laser tag. Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis. It's this whole segment. Now it's not even just these people in the bachelor party. It's like all these other people just randomly playing laser tag that happen to be there. So
Quite often when you go, you're up against strangers.
people,
It's
yeah.
your team, is your crew,
Yeah.
and you're up against strangers.
So we see Odyssey Jones like super hyped, like going around. Drake Maverick. It's almost like a spy movie, like
Yeah.
the music and everything. But then we get like these people coming. We see Dexter just punch someone in the face and then and then shoots them to tag them. We see Dexter putting people in sleeper
Yeah.
holds. Just
Using chloroform. Chloroform on a rag.
to take these people out to shoot them.
And it's all the time he does it. Johnny shows up just after, having not seen what he's done.
Yeah.
Sees him on the floor.
And sees like
And
Dexter
shoots
getting
him.
it.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, you're really good at this game. But Dexter's just doing all this shit to win. So finally, like, there's this shootout and there's all this craziness. This was the best part. Yeah, this was funny. This was actually pretty funny. And it comes down to what Indy and Candace show up and like, oh, we told you this guy. Everyone's high-fiving because the team won. Like Drake and Odyssey, they're all...
They basically made him surrender because they all surrounded this one guy. Johnny made him surrender and then shot him anyway.
So they win. The Way wins, and everyone's high-fiving. And Dexter goes to high-five Johnny, and he goes to high-five him, but then he like stops because he's like, no, you're Dexter. But in the way he stops, it's almost like they're doing the pose, the Way hand sign. But he still doesn't want to do it, and he's thinking about it. So it's Odyssey who actually like goes boom and pushes Johnny, who falls in and pushes his hand together with Dexter. And it's the Way, and there's like all these like shots, and it's the slow mo of it.
Yeah. So when they touch, it's just all the shots of their nice moments. The thumb up from earlier. It had bits from like different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of in Lost. There's a whole bit where when they touch, like in the final series, they're remembering everything from like the island and their past, and it's all this. It's all the nice moments. This made me howl. Actually, I was laughing out loud here.
The hand to hand contact between Johnny and Dexter was really funny, and then Indy and Candace show up, and they're like, "See, we told you, he's not that bad. He's not that bad." And like through the night, the other guys in the group were like, "Johnny, this guy's not that bad. Dexter's not that bad." And then finally, like Johnny's like, "Yeah, you're not that bad." And Johnny smiles at him while they're still like hand to hand here. And then it cuts to Dexter, who smiles.
Yeah.
Dexter Lumis smiles in the creepiest, funniest way. It was so good.
I loved this.
Yeah, this is the best thing on the show.
So good. I think Dexter Lumis is fantastic in this role.
Yeah.
He's so good. He's so funny. How he keeps everything so deadpan. And actually how he is, in the very little he's doing, how he is actually conveying emotion as well. It is like this monster who's really good inside, a kind of Edward Scissorhands sort of character.
Yeah.
Johnny's hilarious. He's so animated with everything. And also, I think the no-look high-five thing they're doing, it's a wonderful setup for Theory coming back next week.
Right.
It's now everyone's getting along. The whole family's getting along. Dexter's now kind of the adopted son-in-law into the family, replacing the son who disappeared. I think it's a perfect setup for Theory to ruin everything next week. I think watching these segments in general, these have been more of a hit for me than a miss. And I think the wedding next week, if they can continue this sort of humor, I think it's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah, some of the things in the bachelorette party, they were like, oh, WWE weddings never go like according to plan. Like, it's not going to go down. Like, the girls weren't too behind. But then by the end of it, like here, you had the zombie ref, by the way, who like breaks character. He's like, yo, this Dexter's a good guy. What are you talking about? He's like, Rrr.
Oh, yeah, he goes like, he's a good guy, eh? And they go, what?
Drake goes, oh my goodness, you're Canadian? And they're like, what? Oh my God. Is it Sharma?
Sharma.
Yeah, the one complaint was like there should have been one thing where he's like, and Grimes is like scared for a second and then goes,
yeah,
he pays him off or something.
Yeah, kind of tie up that loose end because they have been pretty good with that.
Yeah. But I love the thumbs up after the axe throwing. It's just so funny. But then the final push of the hand, the posing, the high five, and the smile, just like so funny. Especially like all the weeks of build up is just like to this silly stupidness that's. Yeah, they delivered in that for sure.
I think also we're getting our new set next week.
Right.
If they're keeping with if they're doing the white theme with splashes of color, what an awesome setting for a wedding.
White.
Having all the white. Like the first live show, dress it up all nice for this wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the main event?
I kind of feel,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be the Fatal 4-Way, but this could main event it. Listen to us. A week ago, do you think it will be Kenny and Christian or Punk and Darby main eventing? Now we're going, is it going to be this Fatal 4-Way or Dexter Loomis's wedding? And I'm kind of pushing for the wedding.
Oh my God. Yeah, me too. NXT title can wait.
Yeah.
We got a wedding.
I'll open the show. Open the show with the Fatal 4-Way.
You know we love weddings. Who doesn't love weddings?
I'm genuinely pretty excited for this wedding.
This is the second wedding this year that we're going to.
This is true.
We're going to be virtually there.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. Yeah. Wow. I loved this bachelor party. I thought it was really funny. I know AEW did the one with the inner circle where they were just going to Vegas doing more of the hangover like thing. This was just some guys actually doing like a bachelor thing. And
they did do the sort of hangover shot of them all just walking very slowly towards the venue.
Yeah. I liked it, definitely. I'm trying to think of who other like Easter eggs you could have thrown in for a bachelor party for Dexter Loomis. I know like in TNA, I think didn't he try to murder people? I think he murdered a few people, even in this episode.
Right.
Roddy.
That's the history of Roddy.
Oh yeah, Roddy. Yeah, he scared Roddy. Yeah, true. There's so many things, but yeah, we'll see what happens with this wedding. The most exciting thing in NXT is the Index wedding.
Oh yeah,
relationship. They're rushing it. They're too soon. It's bound to.
It's true love.
It's bound to fall.
You know, you know.
I don't know, man.
The truth is the truth.
That's the theme of the show.
You'll never see it coming.
We get Franky Monet hanging around with Jesse Kamea backstage when Robert Stone shows up, and he's heavy breathing. He says, "Look, we got the wedding next week," and they're like, "Wedding." Indy didn't even get a designer dress. They're dissing. They're throwing the shade, even though they're invited. Robert Stone says, "Huge news," and next week, Franky Monet is going to challenge Raquel Gonzalez for the women's championship. Holy! So Franky's excited. Wow, I'm getting my opportunity.
Yeah.
Next week. So Raquel's a babyface again.
She has been technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't say this particularly excites me for next week, but
Mei Ying making her in-ring debut right now on NXT. No Zaya. Hashtag where's Zaya.
Where's Zaya?
But Bo is there. Mei Ying comes down. She's in this like black kind of drapey.
It's like a what's it called? Like a wedding dress, like a black wedding dress sort of thing. Like
drapey, but there's stuff attached.
Spooky.
It looks scary, yeah. With her long black hair kind of doing the ring kind of like scary look there. And Mei Ying's going up against Virginia Ferry.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. Virginia Ferry.
Not familiar with Virginia Ferry, but Mei Ying vapes in her face and wins. No, that didn't happen. No, I'm lying. I'm joking. Mei Ying throat chops her, beats her up. Ferry tries to come back with this like stunner, but boot to the face from Ying. Another series of double throat chops, and then chokes her. Doesn't choke slam, just chokes, like
it's
a choke
like
slam.
the like Haku.
Yeah.
The what's it called? The Tongan grip. Is
Yeah.
it?
Just nice choke, and it's over. Mei Ying wins.
Gets it. Pins her with this choke.
Yeah. I would have preferred the vape.
I know you didn't like this. I thought I actually didn't mind this at all. I was curious how Mei Ying's gonna look to see this character actually wrestle, and I thought she actually did some cool looking kicks and throat thrusts and stuff that worked for the character. Like the way she kind of moved in a sort of spooky way, but she wasn't just doing spooky things. She was doing proper moves. The choke, I don't mind. Like it's how you sell a move, and if she can over time just keep putting out people with this, you can build it up then for a match where someone's really going against that when it's someone we actually know. I think it could work. Curious where Zaya is. It kind of feels like this Tian Sha's missing something now.
It's falling apart.
But I didn't mind this.
I want to see where it goes. I hate that move. I think it's so stupid. We've moved on from shit like that, I think. Like, it looks so bad. It's
just choking someone out?
It looks bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with choking, but that is not an interesting move there. Like, just choke slammer. Literally just choke slammer.
So many people choke slam.
STO choke.
Everyone has a STO choke slam.
It looks so bad. I literally would have preferred the vape. That's how.
Thought the kind of cartwheel kick looked pretty cool.
She had like a back elbow kick. Something. Yeah. I want to see where it goes, but you're right. It needs the product was the three of them and the look and everything. It's like, okay.
They were saying on commentary that this is kind of a lesson to Boa, because Boa lost the other week. Right. So it's like Mei Ying stepping in, and it's like, this is how you do it. And finishing her off so quick was pointing out to Boa, like, look, this is what you need to do.
So she's like, look, you just got to choke people.
Yeah.
Why aren't you choking, Boa?
Just grab right there.
The boa constrictor.
It would probably put you out.
The choke?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a choke.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever, like... So we go to our next match. It's LA Knight. He's in a car. And he's driving. I actually kind of like the shot of him just kind of vibing. Mr. Like Miami Vice here.
Yeah.
In his car. I was nervous. Cause
I always feel that when I'm watching people being interviewed in a car.
Someone's in his driver's seat and he's filming him and he's cutting a promo while driving, but like his eyes were on the road a lot of the time. I was like, oh my god, please don't crash this thing. And he did a good job. But he cuts this promo while driving. He's like,
he looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool. He says it's championship season. Next week there's 3 stars and 1 megastar, LA Knight. So quit your crying, quit your belly aching. And I'm going to smack around 3 of your favorites here in NXT and go on to fight for the title.
It is kind of weird. He lost sort of a fake title and then is going to challenge potentially for the main title while Cameron Grimes is paying for Dexter Loomis's bachelor party.
Yeah.
The guy who won the feud. It's a bit weird.
It's weird.
But no, I always like his promo, and I like the shot of this with him driving. Just anything that kind of changes the location makes it feel fresh.
It looks cool when you're driving.
Yeah.
It's always cool. We go to our next... Well, they tell us about NXT UK and how they're re-airing Walter Dragunov 2 in full on the episode and a few other things there. But we get Ciampa, who's sitting down in his dark, scary room. He says a motivated Ciampa is a scary Ciampa, and he's got a few goals, including Pete Dunne. He's going to take him out. I'm not blind. I see what you're doing, but you have to slay the dragon. You slay the dragon by cutting off his damn head. And he mentions that his main goal is, and he says it, Goldie. I've been waiting for that. just been waiting for him to say it. So this makes me go, yeah, Ciampa, win the match just so we get you looking at Goldie and all that stuff. Is he winning the match?
No.
It's got to be Pete.
It's got to be Pete.
Pete didn't show up at All Out, so I imagine he's staying.
I think so.
So, yeah. Pete is probably the pick to win and face Joe.
I think so.
Especially
after the end of this show.
Love Ciampa throwing the chair.
It's getting more and more violent every week.
The chair is like dangerous.
Yeah. One day there should just be a guy walking behind and he doesn't realize.
Accidentally whips it at someone's leg. I'm standing right behind you. Or he does it the wrong way. Yeah. I do love Ciampa's promos. I think that match will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the 4-way, absolutely.
We go to our main event. NXT Tag Team titles on the line. MSK, the champions, defending against Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. So Danny and Oney never lost the titles because there was an injury, but they're back, and this is their defense. MSK are running ship here. They're like doing double teams, drop kicks. There's the double stomp, mushroom stomp to Oney as they go to commercial break. When we come back, Danny's in control with a back suplex, and then another one on Nash. Nash keeps coming back with punches, but Oney now is just beating the hell out of him. Oney's hitting punches, and then every time he does a move, like a snap suplex, he hits him with more punches. There's a series of high knees from Nash as he tags Lee in, who comes in. He's on fire, like spinning sweeps and German with a bridge on Oney as he kicks out for 2. There's then the hot fire flame from MSK, but it's broken up at a 2 count. Lee and Nash hit this like tope in stereo. Nash is hitting a moonsault at the same time, though, at the other side, both to the outside, which is pretty crazy. Back in the ring, Oney and Danny turn the tables and put them in submission holds. You got Oney using an ankle lock on Nash, and then it's Danny with the crossface on Lee, but eventually Nash rolls through, sending Oney crashing into Danny to break it up, which was a great spot. There's then there's more counters sending Oney into Danny. There's then a headbutt from Danny to Carter, super kicks. Lee is back in. He's cleaning house. They hit the heart attack blockbuster, and MSK retain the titles.
Pretty solid match, as you'd expect from these 4. I find it interesting how it doesn't feel that long ago where we were going, the NXT tag division is kind of like lost something that was pretty bare. And now you look at it, you think, well, Oney, Lorcan and Danny Burch are great. They're a great team. MSK are great. You had Ciampa and Tim, grizzled young vets. Like, it feels a pretty strong division. Imperium as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I think MSK continue to look great. I love all their combos they do. It's pretty fun. And Oney Lorcan's just such a smash mouth wrestler. I love it. Yeah, I enjoyed the match.
Danny and Oney, are they 6 feet tall? Are they under 30?
Oney's pretty tall, isn't he? No, I don't think they're under 30. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Because the real story comes after the match. Oney and Danny didn't win the match. Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne are in the ring. They look a little upset. Then they start to look very upset as Ridge headbutts Danny Burch. Pete beats down on Oney. The crowd boos. Pete beats them up. There's the snowplow with the kick to the head in midair as well. Double team here as Ridge and Pete stand tall. They've definitely severed ties with these two. Made it very clear. See ya later.
Yeah. Ridge even goes back and headbutts Danny again. Yeah, I think this actually worked, making Pete feel more main event. I really like Danny and Oney, and you made a joke there, but it is a shame because we've seen this before with certain people who lost matches recently, where you worry that maybe 2 guys like this what is there now for them,
right?
Even if they are staying, like it is a shame for them because they definitely felt a bigger deal with the other 2. But I think this makes Pete feel more badass, more of a main eventer.
Is it Pete with just as heavy?
It makes Ridge seem more dangerous
and
scary, where they're like, actually, we're going to be better off on our own, just the 2 of us. I think Ridge's headbutts look great. Like this guy's scary when he's in the ring.
Yeah.
To me, and I think Pete feels like a legit threat to Joe. I totally see Pete winning this 4-way.
Yeah. Would he beat Joe?
He could. I'd like Joe to have all these sort of matches, but I could see it. I could totally see it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that, but I think Joe could have a bit more of a run. Yeah. I thought the match was good. It kind of hit everything I figured they would do. Like the MSK kind of hit their similar moves quite often. And Danny and them have a cool style. Smash mouth technical. It was a good clash, and I didn't think it was a surprise MSK retained.
No.
Here. I kind of like this match. Recapping it definitely made. Oh yeah, there's some cool stuff. I think still more upset match was the women's one.
I thought the women's match was great.
Yeah.
I kind of know what you mean. It's you know what to expect with these four. You know you're gonna get a good solid match. It didn't do anything to particularly go to the next level, but very entertaining. Whereas the women, I think, really impressed me, and. Kaylee Ray is obviously the next one to go for Raquel after Franky. I imagine she's the big project. But yeah, that was definitely my match of the night too.
So that was NXT. It was a tape show. We had a kid screaming throughout it. There was also terrible edits with the sound, the fake crowds. I cannot stand that.
I don't get why they do it, because for a small crowd, the CWC are pretty good. And
it's so noticeable.
And why are you piping in, it's because it's sound that doesn't sound like it could be possibly made there.
No.
And it's these guys the Creed brothers, who we've never seen before, wrestle. And they're the biggest heels in the company. Listening to them come out. It was like Imperium last week. Boo!
Yeah, it's so bad. I know we don't cover Raw and SmackDown, and I know that they've been doing that throughout the pandemic. But Raw and SmackDown is usually in big arenas. This is such a small arena. Why does it sound like this? It's so stupid.
Yeah, you can pipe into a Raw or a SmackDown and you can question it, but you can go, maybe, I don't know. Whereas it's so obvious.
Nitpicking, I'm an audio guy. You know how easy it is to get the right sounding fake noise?
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll have it on loop. And you're telling me that your audio guy just said this is what we have.
But what's bizarre is they haven't done this until the last few weeks. It's just these tape shows.
Ones, yeah.
So why, when it's live all the time?
So stupid.
It's very odd.
Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Maybe they're doing it to mask this kid screaming.
Maybe.
But damn.
Yeah.
That kid needs to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fuck them kids,
sorry,
bro.
kid.
Sorry.
You gotta go.
That's NXT. That's what we thought. Let's see what you thought. We posted up in the Facebook group. Join upNXT group on Facebook. We'll let anybody in. And the forum.postwrestling. We'll read you here. I see one from Megan, who writes in, a pretty solid outing. KLR versus Ember was very good, a smidge below takeover level. The bachelor party was wildly entertaining. As history would tell us, it would take a miracle to see this index wedding go off without a hitch. The Creed Bros looked pretty solid. Two tag title matches were good, as well as Hayes Escobar. The big rebound next week looks pretty good. Rebrand looks good with the big 4-way. Monet Gonzalez being the contender of the week is above Monet potential, and I'm slowly warming up to what NXT is going forward.
Okay, we go to Sean, who's written a lot of feedback. So I'm just gonna pluck a couple of paragraphs here, and I advise you all to go to the upNXT group to read. But he thought the Carmelo Hayes Santos Escobar match was fire and firmly established Hayes as a real force to be reckoned with. He also dug the China-esque interference from Elektra Lopez that kept Santos from taking the L. Loved the debut from the Creed brothers. Gave off a real Steiner Brothers meets AOP vibe. So that's a hybrid of the two we said.
Yeah.
Right? And have me once again believing in the Diamond Mine. He says he's no longer a believer of Tian Shah, and thought the highlight of the night was easily the Dexter Lumis Bachelor Party. 5 minutes of straight comedy gold that included some of NXT's most entertaining talents and the freaking zombie ref. Loved the callbacks to the Grimes Lumis feud and really Lumis whole run in NXT. Looking forward to Theory returning next week to ruin the wedding. Yeah, I think that's what I want it. I want it now.
It's me, Austin.
It's been gone too long.
We go to Corey. Pretty great episode. The Creed brothers, despite being rejected Walter clones, look kind of decent. They just need a better look. Is Ember turning heel? Because that's what it seemed like. Io being the only woman over in that tag title match was definitely something, despite acting like the biggest heel. Undashing Mandy Rose is a thing now. Oh, did we not talk about Mandy Rose?
We forgot to mention the beatdown. After the women's tag match.
We didn't even mention the beatdown?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, the beatdown. Mandy Rose coming out with the face mask.
Yeah.
Dashing
Called
Mandy
it.
Rose. Yeah, she comes out and the Gigi and JC beat up Io and Zoe. So that looks like our contenders for the tag title. Sorry, I totally skimmed over
I think
that.
this gimmick will work for Mandy totally as well.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Corey. Wow, I didn't even write that down. So he continues here saying, I suppose, just hope it doesn't lead to her beating Shirai and getting pushed to the top of the division because she isn't good enough to be there. The bachelorette party was kind of not great, but the men's one was amazing. MSK versus Danny and Oney was solid as well. Rip the lads, though. Next week card looks good, and we'll see how it shakes over the next month, but it seems like the rebrand isn't going to be as dramatic as it just based on the card.
Yeah.
I mean, everything sounds the same.
We go to Dylan, who says, rip to the black and gold brand, but maybe just that moniker. What's on the docket for next week looks good. Ciampa Dung O'Reilly Knight sounds like as much of an old NXT number one contenders match as anything I can think of. Show tonight was solid, but I'll keep it short and sweet. The CWC has looked far too small and dark since everyone has started touring again. While I'll dearly miss the black and gold and the hard rock music, I'm actually pumped for next week. The mock-ups of the new CWC look 100 times better. The stories of Vince running the show are exaggerated, if not downright BS. Oh, and Cade and Kacy lost. Thank fuck. NXT is dead. Long live NXT.
NXT is not dead. NXT is life. NXT is death. NXT is life. NXT is everything.
And finally, we have Charbel, who says, GG, holy. Yes.
Yep. Always the best feedback from Charbel. Keeping it short and sweet. Keeping it he kept it clean.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to tell us something. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably put on Be Our Guest and
yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't want to know.
Patreon show.
I don't know. He tweeted me telling me he wanted to do things with me.
Oh boy.
So shout out Charbel.
I love that guy.
I'm just not interested in that, Charbel. But thank you. That was NXT. That was up next. Obviously, the interest in the world of pro wrestling is in other places, but we still covered it. We still watched it. It had some good stuff. Had a bachelorette party. Had a bachelor party.
Yeah, I had fun. I thought it was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was all right. But if you want to hear thoughts on All Out and stuff, go listen to that post show. But tomorrow we'll do BD Elite, so that'll be on this feed as well, and we'll go on Twitch. But we'll get you some more thoughts on that. The whole Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, Suzuki.
Yeah.
Suzuki versus Moxley.
Suzuki coming back.
Yeah.
Well, coming into AEW Dynamite.
Match.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll be talking all about
maybe
that.
some being the Elite as well, because I haven't watched that yet, and
Seance?
I need to know how Adam Cole.
How did they bring him back?
How did they?
We'll
bring
probably
him
put
back?
it on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen to us talk all about that if you're interested in that, because we'll be doing that. We'll definitely be doing a lot AEW stuff going forward, because obviously it's the cool show. But we'll never give up on NXT. We love it. So end of an era of the black and gold. So be it. Bring on the colors.
Bring on the colors. It's
Yeah.
a colourful world we're moving towards.
That's right.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. We've been in black and gold this whole time. We're going to go in Technicolor.
Wow. We're not in Florida anymore. Oh,
No.
no, we still are. Yeah. Yeah, just listen to that Puma song, Colors. It's good. They could have used that. All my favorite colors. You know that song? Yeah, all right. You don't know. Thanks, guys, for listening. Again, you want to hear more, patreon.com/upnext. Only $5 for North American tier. So many podcasts. Go check us out. I myself, Braden Herrington. You can find me Twitter, Instagram. I'm at the Brady.
And I am at Davie Portman.
We will be back for BD Elite. Listen to Shot in the Dark. Listen to Turning Heels. Sino and B Detroit covering Heels, featuring Ricky Rabies, CM Punk. That's on this free feed. And Shot in the Dark, 15 minutes. He fills you in on everything. I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about this week.
Yes.
Definitely.
Shot in the Dark probably coming out a little later this week.
Okay.
Obviously, John was in Chicago the last
Yeah.
few days, and it's a lot of shows he's got to watch. So
Yeah.
we'll be up on this feed very soon.
Yeah, so go check all that stuff out. And next week we'll be back with the NXT wedding, the
Absolutely.
Index wedding. So take care, goodbye, be safe, and we'll see you next week at the wedding. Congrats to them. But
Crack his nuts.
what did she?
His crack his nut.
I think you said she got to crack that nut.
Crack that nut.
So guys, take care, goodbye, be safe,
and
crack that nut.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.